And now here's what English newspapers are saying about the whole Anderson versus Jadeja issue.
There are no prizes for guessing how the English media is reacting to the Anderson-Jadeja verdict. They've been very critical of the Indian captain, the Indian team and the Indian board of even pursuing this matter from the very beginning, calling it just a schoolyard fight which has been raised into a big matter. But this is what the Daily Mail says. Here's Paul Newman, the writer for the Daily Mail, calling it a major embarrassment for Dhoni and co, calling the entire fiasco an utter farce. But the comments that will divide most opinion are those of David Lloyd's. Now, he's been extremely vocal about this incident, extremely critical of India as well. This is what he says in a nutshell. A bloke's been pushed, for goodness sake, and it didn't even happen on the field of play. That would have been different. But why they've made such a song and dance over this, God only knows. Let's talk about the Mirror here. This is interesting. They actually want Anderson not to go soft even after this. Carry on sledging. Coach urges Jimmy to stay aggressive. This is what the Daily Graph's front pages of the sport pages says. Euphoric. Anderson delight after Australian judge takes minutes to find him not guilty in the Jadeja incident. Let's just go inside and see what they say. This is Derek Pringle writing for the Daily Telegraph, and he says judge's rapid verdict is embarrassing for Dhoni. Finally, let's take a look at the Guardian's sport pages. Anderson free to play after rapid dismissal of India charge. This is Andy Wilson. Let me just read out a few lines. India suffered their second humiliating defeat in 2 days, giving the reference to the Southampton test, as the attempt to have England's Jimmy Anderson suspended for the remainder of the test series was abruptly thrown out by an Australian judge. English media, their voices have been emboldened, very, very critical of the Indian team. It remains to be seen whether this actually impacts the team going on to play the Manchester test. All we can say is there's no love lost between England and India. With camera person Kashif Siddiqui, this is Shivani Gupta in Manchester for Headlines Today.
Let me just quickly go across to our consulting editor Boria Majumdar, who's still with us from England. Boria, this is really left Team India red-faced. The English media, obviously, the Brits gloating first, you know, at they're performing well. The verdict, obviously, you know, was not in their favour or against them, but definitely a shot in the arm. And now this, so obviously the English media lapping it up really. What has been Team India's response to this?
So far, you know, they are sort of licking their wounds. I am actually waiting for the press conference on the 6th. I will ask Mahendra Singh Dhoni that why was Jadeja fined in the first place by match referee David Boone if there was nothing to this whole thing. I am waiting for some fireworks, if not fireworks, some sarcastic comment from Dhoni. And then I want the Indian team to stand up for their captain. That's what all of us can wish for, that the Indian team should stand up for their captain and give it back to the English on the pitch of play. Because that's what will be the perfect rebut. Sanjana, if they do that, all of these wounds would be forgotten.
Boria Majumdar, consulting editor, and Shivani Gupta, thank you so much for joining us.